In this podcast episode, Thomas Seyfried, a professor and researcher in cancer biology, discusses the alarming rise in cancer rates and the role of diet and lifestyle in its development. He explains that while cancer was once a rare occurrence in ancestral populations, it has now become a worldwide epidemic, with 1 in 2 people expected to develop cancer at some point in their lives. Seyfried attributes this increase in cancer rates to the Western diet and lifestyle, which includes a high intake of carbohydrates, exposure to environmental contaminants, and a lack of exercise. He emphasizes that these factors, along with the obesity epidemic, are directly linked to the rise in cancer, as well as other chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes and Alzheimer's disease. According to Seyfried, cancer is a metabolic disease, meaning it is caused by a disruption in the body's energy metabolism. He explains that the mitochondria, the organelles responsible for energy production within cells, play a crucial role in maintaining metabolic homeostasis. However, when the mitochondria become dysfunctional, cells resort to a primitive form of energy production called fermentation, which leads to dysregulated cell growth and the development of cancer. Seyfried highlights the importance of understanding the link between diet, energy metabolism, and cancer. He explains that traditional populations who follow a natural diet and lifestyle have lower rates of cancer, while Western populations with poor nutrition and high carbohydrate intake have higher rates. He also discusses the impact of oxidative phosphorylation, the process by which cells generate energy from oxygen, and how disruptions in this process can lead to cancer. The podcast delves into the concept of aerobic and anaerobic energy production, drawing parallels between cancer cells and the body's response to exercise. Seyfried explains that cancer cells, like anaerobic exercise, rely on fermentation for energy production, while normal cells use oxidative phosphorylation in the presence of oxygen. This understanding of energy metabolism in cancer cells provides insights into potential treatment strategies. Seyfried emphasizes that cancer cells are highly dependent on fermentable fuels, such as glucose and glutamine, for their energy needs. By restricting the availability of these fuels through diet and specific drugs, it is possible to target and kill cancer cells without harming normal cells. He describes a therapeutic strategy called the press-pulse approach, which combines a low-glucose, high-ketone diet with targeted drugs to disrupt cancer cell metabolism. The podcast also addresses the role of genes in cancer development. Seyfried explains that while certain genetic mutations, such as the BRCA1 mutation, can increase the risk of cancer, they are not the sole cause. He argues that these mutations primarily affect mitochondrial function, further supporting the link between energy metabolism and cancer. Seyfried suggests that modifying diet and lifestyle can significantly reduce the risk of cancer, even in individuals with genetic predispositions. Seyfried continues by discussing the concept of informed consent and the importance of providing patients with all available options for managing their condition. He argues that if there is evidence to support the use of ketogenic diets in treating epilepsy, then patients with epilepsy should also be informed about this option. While individuals may choose not to pursue a ketogenic diet due to its difficulty or incompatibility with their lifestyle, they should still be given the choice based on an evidence-based approach. Seyfried then delves into the history of the ketogenic diet, explaining how it was developed as a non-toxic management strategy for epilepsy. He highlights the transformative effects of the diet in managing seizures, particularly in children. He also discusses how the ketogenic diet was later discovered to have potential benefits in managing cancer, leading to the exploration of metabolic therapy for cancer treatment. The conversation then shifts to the commonality among different types of cancer. Seyfried explains that while cancers may differ in their location and pathological types, they all share a problem with respiration and energy generation in the mitochondria. This common metabolic abnormality leads to the dependence of cancer cells on fermentation of glucose and glutamine for energy. Seyfried argues that this metabolic vulnerability can be targeted through a ketogenic diet or the presence of ketones in the body. The discussion then explores the potential benefits of a ketogenic diet and ketosis in various health conditions, including neurodegenerative diseases, mental illness, weight loss, and cancer. Seyfried emphasizes that the state of therapeutic ketosis, rather than a specific diet, is crucial for preventing chronic diseases. He highlights the historical evidence of the health and vitality of our Paleolithic ancestors, who were in a state of ketosis due to limited carbohydrate availability. The conversation then turns to the role of diet in cancer prevention and treatment. Seyfried suggests that radical changes in diet and lifestyle can lead to the elimination of cancer cells in some individuals. He cites examples of people who have reported remission of cancer after adopting a ketogenic diet or a plant-based diet. Seyfried explains that these radical changes in the body's environment can make it difficult for cancer cells to survive and proliferate. Seyfried introduces the concept of the glucose-ketone index and its role in metabolic therapy for cancer. He explains that a GKI value of 2.0 or below indicates a state of metabolic homeostasis, which puts pressure on cancer cells. He suggests using a glucose-ketone meter to monitor and maintain the desired GKI value. Seyfried also discusses the importance of gradually transitioning into a ketogenic state, especially for individuals with cancer, to minimize the trauma on the body. The conversation concludes with a discussion on the integration of metabolic therapy with conventional cancer treatments. Seyfried emphasizes the need for a comprehensive approach that combines metabolic therapy, low-dose chemotherapy or radiotherapy, and targeted therapies. He highlights the potential of metabolic therapy to reduce the size of tumors and make cancer cells more vulnerable to other treatments. Seyfried acknowledges the need for further research and clinical trials to support the use of metabolic therapy in cancer treatment. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the tools available and how to use them effectively to enhance treatment outcomes. Seyfried also highlights the need for a shift in medical education to incorporate a more comprehensive approach to cancer management. Seyfried continues by explaining that cancer is a metabolic disease, meaning it is caused by disruptions in cellular metabolism. He emphasizes that the traditional view of cancer as a genetic disease is flawed and that targeting the metabolic processes of cancer cells can be a more effective approach to treatment. One of the key factors in cancer development is mitochondrial dysfunction, which leads to a shift in cellular metabolism from oxidative phosphorylation to aerobic glycolysis. This shift allows cancer cells to thrive and grow, as they can produce energy more efficiently through glycolysis. Seyfried explains that this metabolic switch is driven by various factors, including genetic mutations, inflammation, and environmental toxins. Seyfried also highlights the role of glucose and glutamine in fueling cancer growth. Cancer cells have a high demand for glucose and glutamine, and by reducing the availability of these nutrients, it is possible to starve cancer cells and inhibit their growth. He suggests that a ketogenic diet, which is low in carbohydrates and high in healthy fats, can be an effective strategy for depriving cancer cells of their preferred fuel sources. Furthermore, Seyfried discusses the importance of therapeutic weight loss versus pathological weight loss in cancer treatment. He explains that the toxic treatments used in conventional cancer therapies often lead to weight loss due to their harmful effects on the body. In contrast, metabolic therapy, such as a ketogenic diet, can promote healthy weight loss and strengthen the body's overall health. Seyfried acknowledges that the medical establishment has been slow to recognize the benefits of metabolic therapy and alternative treatment options for cancer. He emphasizes the need for individualized treatment plans based on the patient's body weight and metabolic state. He also highlights the importance of empowering cancer patients to be active participants in their healthcare and to explore alternative options beyond conventional treatments. The conversation then shifts to the relationship between sugar and cancer. Seyfried clarifies that sugar itself is not a carcinogen, but it can contribute to systemic inflammation and obesity, both of which are major risk factors for cancer. He suggests that reducing the consumption of processed carbohydrates and adopting a whole food-based diet can help reduce the risk of cancer and other chronic diseases. Seyfried acknowledges the challenges faced by individuals living in food deserts or with limited access to healthy foods. He emphasizes the need for government policies that promote affordable and nutritious food options, especially in hospitals and schools. However, he also recognizes that individuals have a personal responsibility to make healthier choices within their own means. In conclusion, Seyfried remains hopeful that a shift in the understanding and treatment of cancer is possible. He believes that by addressing the metabolic causes of cancer and implementing lifestyle changes, it is possible to prevent and treat the disease more effectively. He emphasizes the importance of exercise, reducing carbohydrate intake, and managing stress as key strategies for reducing the risk of cancer and improving overall health. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.